So, Matthew King, what do you think about The Bank Job?
I think it was all right, but for some reason it was a bad movie.
It was all right, but it was a bad movie?
Yeah, it turned out okay. I think the end was all right. It got a little better, but I can't put my finger around why that movie was bad, because it had everything that you would want in a movie. It had boobs and guns.
Nice boobs.
And things that guys like bank robberies and fast cars, but I just think for me, maybe it was the whole British aspect of it, and it was something that I've never seen before. It didn't seem scary to me. Like, oh my God, there's this kind of like tall British guy that's kind of cool, and he's got this nice voice. Maybe I can hang out with him sometime.
Which one? Jason Statham?
No, he was kind of like scary, but I don't know. I think what it is for me is like I never understood. When I hear the British accent, I think it's mostly, it just seems too soft for me, and I can't you know what I mean? Like I want like it's something that I've always noticed about it. It just becomes less interesting to me when there's softness to the voices. I don't know.
So which is the guy you wanted to hang out with?
I wanted to hang out with a really tall guy. What was he? The corrupt cop. I just wanted to hang out with the guy. You know, have a few pints, but I don't understand why it was a bad movie, is my point.
Why do you hate England so much?
I don't. I love London. I was there, but I can't seem to. I think what it is just everybody just seemed too nice in the movie to me. You know what I mean?
Like when they blow torch the guy's foot off, that seemed pretty nice.
But they were saying nice things to him. You know, I can't do an English accent, but imagine if some guy come up to you with a nice accent and he was like blowtorching your ankle, you'd be kind of like, oh, but he's nice. You know, but he's nice, and that's kind of nice.
Oh, come on, try to do an English accent.
I can't. I swear to God, I will never try, and I can't. So, for some reason, it wasn't a good movie, and I'm kind of mad about it because I kind of wanted it to be, because I like Jason Statham and I like, you know, what he's done in the past, and he's fun to watch and everything, and there was hot girls in it. But what went wrong, Luke?
So you don't like paying to see movies you don't like? What's wrong with you?
I don't know. I've seen a lot of bad movies with you, but this wasn't like horrible. But
but with me you see them for free.
That's very true. But you know, you got me dinner and stuff. But you know, maybe later, you know, like you could pay me back in other ways.
You want me to give you a blowjob, is what you're saying?
After that movie, I think so. But I heard so much good things about it, though, didn't you? I mean, it was
I
just like,
sure did. I absolutely did. Even though it had a stupid title like The Bank Job.
But I just heard it was like this heist movie that I've never seen before. This crazy.
Well, you said that you had never seen it before because it's English people, right?
That's the only difference. So it's the same FBI. The FBI's are the ones who are gonna like take down the local corrupt cops' attitude of the whole situation. That's been done a million times. Come on, it's everywhere out here.
But it's a true story.
Right, but that's true stories too out here. I don't know. It should be a good movie. That's why I'm so mad. I should like it. I feel bad for not liking it, but maybe it was just so soft. I was not afraid of anybody in there except for maybe the blowtorch guy, like you were saying. Everybody else was like just normal people, just hanging out. I was not afraid. It was not a thriller. It wasn't suspenseful. It wasn't anything. I was just like hanging out with the guys, just kind of being like, really? These guys are afraid of going to jail? Maybe it's the whole royal thing. I don't understand the royalty of the Brits and how they interact, and it didn't seem, you know, I was trying to relate it to like the president. You know, okay, well the president's going to come down and give you a pardon for your thing. That seems scary to me, but the royal thing, I just don't get it all.
We've been jaded. We have a very scary president.
I think so. I think that's basically my analysis. So in other words, it should have been a good movie, but
should have been a good movie.
I don't know why it wasn't, and maybe you can enlighten me.
Well, I don't know. I actually find heist movies kind of boring usually, unless they do something interesting. So I like the porn and the boobs and the stuff. But it was kind of boring in the beginning. Then when stuff started going wrong, that's when I kind of liked it. And when Jason Statham finally pulls out his little can of transporter whoop ass on the guys at the end, I was like, why didn't you do that the whole movie?
5 minutes.
It was like he was
5 minutes of that.
Well, it was like he was suckering us in to think, okay, this isn't the transporter Jason Statham. He's not that tough a guy.
Right.
And then at the end, it's like, surprise! He's the transporter dude again.
Did you care that he was gonna, get up with his wife at the end? Did it matter?
No.
Didn't matter. You didn't care about these people. I felt bad for the guy dying, but you don't care. What do you care?
I
Whatever.
thought he should have left his wife.
It was
actually.
too much setup, and the setup was extremely excruciating in the beginning. I wanted to leave. I was like, this is boring. Let me come back when it starts happening. It took forever for it to start happening, and then when it starts happening, it was like, what's so spectacular about it happening? Nothing. The most interesting part was finding the crazy historical plague stuff underneath the sewer. I was like, let's talk more about that. That sounds cool. Like, whoa, dead things, and let's go, uncover some history of the underground. But no, they had to go meet some M5, MI2, 7, whatever. So, oh well. I'm not super mad, but could have been better.
You're not super bad.
I wish I was. Super bad. But boy, it's good though, huh?
Yeah. How's that cigarette?
I think it's pretty good after a long movie. I was thinking about going to have one early in the movie. And people smoke in movies, it kind of sucks for people like me. I don't know if you can relate, but it happens.
No, I can't.
No, you can't relate to that, but you can relate to other things. Maybe if there's like sex, you want to go, you see it on screen, you want to go home and have that.
I do, but I never get any, so.
Well, I want a cigarette, so that's what I'm doing.
So you're saying there were cigarettes and there were sex on screen, but the cigarette is the one you want the most?
Well, it's the one I can have right now.
I don't know. That depends how much money you got in your pocket.
What's your going rate, Luke Thompson?
Probably more than you can afford.
That's pretty high, man. You must do some crazy shit, like in the movie,
Yeah.
Put a slave collar on me, torture me.
Would I go down on you in a theater?
Maybe. Maybe you can just.
That would be ironic, by the way.
No, I don't think it would be. It'd be scary. It'd be frightening.
You're waiting for me to cut, and I'm not going to do it.
Why not?
I'm just going to keep filming to make you look awkward.
And you're gonna cut it up, chop it up, and say, "Look what he did, what he said."
Oh, hell no. Whole take uninterrupted.
How you only could post like 5 minutes, can't you?
10 minutes.
Past 5 minutes, man.
We are past 5 minutes, but we're not past 10 minutes.
Well, I do enjoy heist movies. To contradict what you said, I enjoy them. I like them. 21 was another movie that we saw together. Did we not?
21?
No, not 21.
That's a movie that's coming
Aces.
out.
12 Aces. 24
Smoking Aces.
Smoking Aces.
I thought that was kind of a letdown, actually, that one.
Exactly. It's the same kind of idea.
That was more of a letdown, though. I like this one better. This one had more boobs.
I disagree. I don't disagree about the boobs, but I disagree. This one, to me, was of a letdown. Because, again, it was not suspenseful to me. Fucking Smoking Aces was more suspenseful to me. And I like the shooting in the elevator scene. There was more like cool little action shots like that, you know what I mean? Like fun things, like those kinds of things. And are you filming parts of my body that shouldn't be filmed?
I'm filming your hand gestures. They're awesome.
And so I'm trying to relate the two movies together. But to me, the 21 or the 12 Monkeys or the fucking 24 Aces or whatever the fuck is a little bit better because it had more fun action. There was like a little lesbian thing going on in that one, right? Remember?
Yeah, Alicia
Giant
Keys.
Gun and the thing.
Yeah, but no boobs.
Yeah, well, Alicia, come on, she's too big of a star, But this movie, maybe I need to live in Britain more to understand the whole differences of royalty, and maybe that would scare me more. And it'd be like, whoa, crap, okay, the Queen's gonna come to my door. Like, that doesn't frighten me. What is she gonna do? Like, I don't understand that.
She'll hit you with her crown.
Is that what it is? Is that what they do? Am I supposed to be scared of MI5? And to me, FBI, CIA, okay, those guys are gonna come and they're gonna beat down my door. Okay, that scares me. But the guys that were in the movie didn't scare me.
Yeah, but James Bond will blow up your secret base and have sex with your woman.
It's like a cartoon, James Bond, don't you think? I mean, he's like an action. He's a superhero, I should say. He's not a. There's not much truth to him except for maybe he worked for the government. That's about it. I don't know. I don't know anything about government, and I wish I did, but for some reason I think that's the reason why this movie didn't work for me.